Bravo, Romeo, India, Alpha, November.
And then what? And then his reaction was to do what?
It's going to be out of Florida.
He just grabbed you? Did he hit you though? I mean, it's okay if you're saying you hit him, but then I understand if he hit you, but we want to know the truth if he actually hit you. Because, you know, where did he hit you? Don't worry, just be honest. Did he slap your face or what? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. So has he been drinking?
No, we don't drink.
Okay. What was up with his driving? This officer said he hit a curb. While you're driving?
Well, he was driving.
While he was driving, you were hitting him?
Not a lot. Come on, and I kind of went like, you're so stupid.
Did you already tell him all this?
I didn't get that far into
Okay,
it. She
so
was hyperventilating
she's
a little
saying
bit.
that they don't drink, but at the point when you lit them up.
You don't drink or anything.
She started hitting him.
Yeah, I was yelling at him, and then when you turned your lights on, I kind of punched his arm like there's no idiot.
She's saying why he hit the curb. You said it was Gabby?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I remember that name. It was Gabby?
Yeah.
Try to meditate and stuff, but you tend to have a lot of anxiety and stress.
I have a lot of anxiety.
And what's his name?
OCD.
Is it Brian? Is he usually pretty patient with you?
Yeah, but it just makes me upset. I know that he definitely gets frustrated with me a lot.
Way of taking my anxiety and bringing it down, but my ex-wife, that's why she's my ex-wife, I'm just sharing it, I know it's a little personal, but to help you understand, we would feed off each other's anxiety and spiral, you know what I mean? And it doesn't matter how much I loved her. It may be bad for your soul, just saying. I'm not telling you what to do with your life, but if you know you have anxiety, look at the situations you can get in, you know what I mean? And we're not here to be mean to you or anything. Well, you know, there's a first time and then it usually... We'll go see what Brian's saying, but I think you've heard everything now from...
Quick question. You said you were hitting him in the arm. Did you grab the steering wheel?
No, I didn't.
You did not touch the steering wheel?
I didn't touch the steering wheel, but only for like a second, because I just saw the lights come on, and it was more just like, you're an idiot. Like, you know...
But did you grab the steering wheel and like
No.
swerve or anything like that?
No. I didn't touch the steering wheel at all.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and close this door again. Do you have enough air back here, or do you want me to kick it up some more?
Do you have any water?
I will see if I can find some.
Okay, no worries. Thank you.
Is live for us in Wyoming, Gabby's last known location. Haley's speaking with investigators for insight into how challenging this case might be, and Kelly sitting down with those who know Gabby. Michael talking to trauma therapist who's now weighing in on the new body camera video you've probably already seen out of Moab. It shows the couple describing an argument that Gabby Petito told police she was worried her fiance Brian was going to leave her in Moab. It comes after locking her out of that van. Michael Locklear is walking us through that tonight.
A witness told police the couple was arguing over a phone. A trauma therapist says that's one of her takeaways from this video, that arguing over control of a phone can be a risk factor that's often overlooked.
What's going on? How come you're crying?
I think the first impression for me, Michael, was how dangerous is this?
Jen Oxborough is a longtime domestic violence advocate and a licensed clinical social worker. She watched the body camera video from Moab Police.
Some days I have really bad OCD.
She just gets worked up sometimes, and I try and really distance myself from her, so like I locked the car and I walked away from her.
Police believe Gabby Petito was the primary aggressor. She scratched up her fiancé Brian Laundrie while trying to get back into the van.
That doesn't necessarily mean they have to go to jail. We can do a citation if it meets one of three criterion, which one of them is that we can ensure that they're not going to further risk each other's safety. But the problem with that is they live in the same vehicle.
Officers told the two to separate for the night and arranged lodging for Laundrie. Oxborough says when people really care about each other, they just want the hard stuff to go away.
They don't want to see their loved one go to jail or be incarcerated in some way or be arrested. All of that can be very, very scary. So sometimes there's some normalizing and some minimizing.
The social worker also points out the stressful nature of the pandemic and the trip.
For a young couple together for months in a small van, it's a great adventure. I love that sort of adventure too, but stress can be high.
You ready for a ride?
I wonder if something happened and maybe exacerbated what was going on for them.
Oxborough encourages people not to blame the victim or law enforcement. She says it can be hard for police to figure out who is the primary aggressor, which is something they have to do in these cases. In Salt Lake City, Michael Locklear, 2 News.
Michael, thank you. There's free help for people dealing with domestic violence. That number is 1-800-897-LINK. Here you can see the state has compiled a list of resources for people who want to improve their mental health. Visit the Utah Department of Human Services website for more information.
Experts here in Utah offering some insight into what challenges the search for Gabby might face and how people can help. Haley Crumbleholm spoke with a private investigator today, Jason Jensen.
Jensen is a private investigator, and he's also with the Utah Cold Case Coalition. He says in cases like these, investigators are really having to work against time.
Not only are we interested in solving cold cases, but prevention as well.
Jason Jensen is a private investigator and a co-founder of the Utah Cold Case Coalition.
When things like this come up, you can just see some of the telltale signs that if they're not addressed early on, it will turn into a cold case.
Jensen says certain factors help narrow down a timeline for when Petito went missing.
We know that her pattern substantially changed as identified by her family on the 25th of August. So that's when, they noticed something was wrong because Gabby wasn't her usual self where she would communicate with the family on a regular basis.
And with Petito and her boyfriend traveling throughout the country, her connectivity can help narrow down where to look.
If this case was, 30 years ago, where you didn't have your digital footprint as your cell phone or your onboard computer of your car, you wouldn't know where to begin to look because they've been all over Utah, Wyoming, Colorado.
Police said in a news conference today they are trying to narrow down geographic areas for searches. Jensen says the public can help by coming forward about when and where they saw the couple.
The camper that they had is unique. If you saw it, if you were camping next to that person, you would remember that camper very well. So they're hoping that others will come forward that can place them at certain locations when they were together, when they were fine.
Petito's last social media post was in Ogden. Jensen says that could help narrow down where to look.
That would mean somewhere between Ogden and the Grand Tetons is where I would want to look. And that's where I want the public's assistance.
And Jensen says it's important to get that information fast.
While it's still fresh in everyone's mind, they want people to come forward now because I still remember what I did last Tuesday. 3 years from now, I wouldn't.
Jensen says if you may have seen the couple or anything, even something small, you should report it to police. It could make a big difference. In Salt Lake City, Haley Crumbleholm, 2 News.
It is a good reminder if you do have any information on Gabby's whereabouts or if you have any pictures from your trips to southern Utah or Grand Teton in Wyoming where Gabby or Brian may be in the background of those photos, the FBI tip line is there on your screen.